Yo, what's up, motherfuckers? I'm having trouble with my streaming software. Okay, got it. Okay. So today I'm just going to show you quickly like how I've restructured shit and what the plans are for running the agency this year. You essentially really only need 3 things. But we're going to talk about 7 because there's like things that you need to help make the things kind of shit. So yeah, I'll run you through all this anyway. This is essentially how I'm running my entire agency at the moment. There's a little, I don't know, we'll do that in another video. I'm going to do my my 2021 manifesto video. Maybe tomorrow actually. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know what my plans are, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to concentrate on for the next year or so. So it's weird because I was looking back at last year's one, and I did bad. Like I did so badly. Like I'm not going to blame myself because of like Corona and stuff, but yeah, we've been in lockdown for nearly a year, aren't we? So I'm not going to blame myself. I can't see the comments. Oh, there we go. Taker. What up, dude? Yeah, so let's get started. I don't know if you can see the thing. You should be able to see this. How does that work? Okay, I'm just going to run through it. We'll see if any comments come up throughout it. So I want to talk through a little bit of like mindsets and where you need to be in sort of what you want to do, because there's a lot of people who they come straight in and they go, right, I want to be like, this is not specific to me, by the way. This is kind of everyone. There's like a weird little like authority worship thing going on especially in SEO and like online business. You tend to pick a hero and like you love that person and you want to be them kind of situation, right? But it's really important to be like to realize you're not, right? You can't be like at somebody else's level before you've even started. So I want you to give yourself some time, like be a bit calmer about this, and we'll go through. I've got a video this week called "If I Lost It All Today, Here's What I'd Do," and that might be a better starting point if you're like new to the game or you're trying to leave your job or whatever. But I want to really drive home that you really do have to give yourself time, right? I would say 3 months of consistent effort should be able to get you to a place where you probably don't need to work anymore. At least 3 hours a day. Like we're talking minimums here, right? So 3 months, 3 hours a day, and the best thing you can do, and if you're in a position where you have a job and it's stable and you've got some money coming in, if you can work for free for somebody and build a case study, that case study leads you to more clients, right? So the more you show people, yo, here's what the fuck I can do, and here's what it achieves for the company, those type of case studies, the more of those you have, the more clients you'll get, and the more like the more leverage you have when you're doing outreach to them. And you're going to see the theme lately, like coming soon. Sorry, like all I'm going to talk about for a long time is learning outreach, and hiring writers. That's 2021 in a nutshell, right? Show people your case study, and I've written all 7,000 because you cannot have enough case studies, right? If you have good case studies, get as many of them as you can. And for every single client you've ever worked with, make a fucking case study and show it to people who are in similar businesses to them, right? Then why wouldn't they hire you? And this is no matter what you do, by the way. This is not just link building. This is whatever business you're in. And money makes all this easier. So the more money you have, the more freedom you have, and the more time you have to work on this shit. If you can go and work for a brilliant client, a bigger name, and get a case study on them, and you can work for them for free because you have money coming in, that makes it easier than working for, you know, a couple of shit clients who people won't know. Although that's still better than no case studies. So you can use things like the quick hustle to get some money fast. You might end up doing the quick hustle as your main business. This is just correcting that. I'll talk about this more in the manifesto, but we are, I wouldn't say changing direction, but going to like a specialist sort of area. And it started off as me doing like the quick hustle for like to pretend to show you guys how it works, right? Or to show the guys in DCWD how it works over the shoulder. And I like the offer so much, and we'll talk about offers later on. I like the offer so much that I think it's going to kind of become the main thing. Like, we'll see. Let me just catch up on the video to see if it's live and stuff. Yep, we are live. I got you. Okay, read comments now. We're good. Okay, and this is going to be like, so the new agenda for DCWD and just for my teaching in general, right? You guys want to do client shit, most of you, because it's kind of the key for a lot of people to get out of the rat race, to make fast or good money doing client work and then move on to the shit they want. We were talking about this earlier in like the Zoom like mastermind or whatever you want to call it. And it's simple, like 8 steps, right? I mean, step 6 is what the fuck ever, but we're teaching you a skill, right? And whatever skill that is, I teach you link building, but moving forward, I might move on to like teaching you other things as I develop myself, right? So learn a skill, one that's valuable, that other people want, that other people will find, that you can make other people money. If you can make other people money, you'll make money forever, right? Learn outreach, and this is going to be big. I might capitalize that actually because it's so fucking big at the moment. And we'll talk about this again in the If I Lost It All video, because outreach is fucking key, right? If you can go and generate a lead or generate a client from nowhere by doing outreach, you'll never ever struggle for money. You'll never struggle to get yourself a client. You'll never struggle to get interest. You'll never struggle to get attention. All these things are at a premium at the moment, right? Vita Coco, bro. It's the only way, mate. So the steps are: learn a valuable skill, learn outreach. I think it's the most valuable thing in the world. And this is what I'm trying to teach all the guys at the moment in DCWD and stuff like that. Get some leads, charge them $2,000, right? The next few steps are, they're important for business, but they're more of like they're a mindset thing, right? So you want to charge $2,000 because 5 clients is a nice round number and $2,000 is a nice round number to get you to $10,000. There's a huge fucking block for people at $10,000. If you've never earned over £10,000 in a month, you'll struggle to really ever make over it. Unless you need to develop a real, I don't know, like a husk around yourself where $10,000 doesn't really mean that much to you, because it doesn't really. If you can make 10, you can make 100. The things change over 100, but that sort of level, it's very, very similar. It's just repetition, right? So I say this as in like charge $2,000 and get 5 clients, because I think $10,000 is the main aim of people. So to get to $10,000 as quickly as possible. These numbers don't have to be specifically, charging £2,000 and getting 5 clients. Whatever equals 10, right? Those numbers are. Don't leave the house ever again. That's some of our goal, but not everyone wants to live that kind of life. And then step 7 is to hire people to do it for you. Mr. Digby is watching this video. I'm using his process at the moment to hire most of my staff. Up to about, what am I on? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 writers at the moment. and then just fucking scale, right? If you have processes and stuff in place, just scale. Keep doing all of these steps over and over again, and the world's your oyster. We'll talk a little bit about client management later, but it's a pain in the arse, and I'm trying to get out of it. So we'll see where it ends. So the first thing you need is a good offer, right? Generally, I don't really like this, but I understand it's the way it is. People just usually steal one of mine. Whatever offer I'm saying or whatever I do. So you're going to do link building for 200 targets, guaranteeing 10 links for £2,000 a month, and you want 5 clients, right? Some of you will go steal that offer. But I thought, the wealthy office masturbator. Don't you call me a masturbator? You've been watching my other videos. Anyway, point being, I thought I'd explain what the things I think about when I'm creating an offer. So it has to be productized, right? I don't want any room for like evaluation, and link building is getting a little bit out of that realm at the moment because there's like such an emphasis on quality, and I don't know, it's going in a direction that I don't like. But we want our offer productized, right? You give me this much money, you get this in return for it, and that thing there should be as reliable as possible. And we'll go into that in a little bit. I call it minimal, just because it's a personal preference of mine. But what I mean by that is there should be as few steps as possible in getting each thing done, right? So if we're building links, I want it to be 4 steps, right? Create something cool, create a list of targets or find it cool, outreach to them, follow up. That's how I want link building to be. You can add calibration as a 5th step, but that's more of it's an internal part of each step more than its own step. So I call it minimal because if there's anything more than that, I just want to cut it straight out. I'll cut out specific link types because they're harder work, broken link building and that kind of thing, just because for me they're too long of a process. So I've cut shit out. Decent pricing, and the way you figure out pricing is like, what are your competitors doing and what do you need for your lifestyle, right? So I like to live in a nice house. Rent's always high, or purchase house if the house is high. I like nice things. I don't buy a lot of things, but I buy nice things when I do. So I have an expensive lifestyle. But you also have to keep in mind that you don't want to charge too much over what your competitors do. I'm quite expensive, I think. They're definitely more expensive than me, but most people are going to be lower than me. So you have to position yourself in the correct place. I don't like to compete with a lot of people. I like to say, like, we're the best and here's why. And if we're not the best, we'll improve our processes to become the best. And I think, as I mentioned earlier, just get to 10K as quickly as possible because it really is a stumbling block for people. If you figure out what people need and make people money, you'll always have clients. And obviously, you're going to get shit wrong. People are going to not like your offer, or they're going to want, people are going to try and negotiate with you and stuff like that. And what it means is, what happens to me, people are always like, oh, can we get 12 links guaranteed instead of 10? I don't like doing that. But if every single person who ever replied to my outreach came and said, oh, we need 12 links for the £2,000 instead of 10, maybe calibrate to offer 12 guaranteed links. You'd probably get more clients that way. Or you might just get people asking for 14 because people are cheeky cunts. But that's the way of the world. So you need to structure a good offer. Most of you will probably just steal mine, so I understand that's the way of the world. Next, you need a way to get clients, right? Without clients, you haven't got any money and you can't do any of the fun shit you want to do. So I've put cold email at the top because it's my preferred method. It's just super reliable. Once you find a rich vein, it can take time to get to a rich vein, but once you find a rich vein, it's super reliable, infinitely scalable, that kind of shit. We've had a lot of success with PPC. Social's really good. If you have a good reputation, you're doing stuff in public. You're going to see me doing this. I'll talk about that in another video. I've got a process set up. You're going to see me doing this, telling stories and stuff like that on certain social platforms. So you'll see. I might not talk about it in much detail until I've done it, because I don't know if it works as a system yet, but we'll figure it out until it does work. But this is social's really good for generating leads. I get a lot of organic leads from just ranking for search terms in Google, that kind of shit. Referrals are really good, as everyone knows. Referrals are a good thing. Just ask your current clients or past clients, have you got anyone who could use me? A lot of them tend to say yeah. I give people a 5% cut. So if I get a 10 grand deal, they're getting a cut of that. And I do that just for everyone. Like if one of you guys say, hey Dan, I've got a friend who needs you, whatever, I'll give you 5%, because that's just how I've been raised and how I learn business. But realistically, what I'm saying here is you should be able to create a system. Can you guys see that? I need to zoom in, right? You guys should be able to get enough clients or enough leads coming in by sending between 10 and 30 emails a day. Anything more that you can do than 30 is as close to a guarantee as you can get in terms of like generating daily or weekly leads, because it might be a situation if you don't get one a day, but if you get one a week and that one comes in at 5 grand, that's a good fucking week, right? For sending 30 emails or whatever. You do need to learn to close, right? And I've tried to teach people so many times. It's what the conclusion I've come to is some people have it naturally and some people don't, but the ones who don't can learn it through experience, right? So you need to just have a lot of conversations. So if you can generate reliable leads or a reliable number of leads, you'll eventually have a lot of conversations, and eventually some of them will close, and you will learn through experience of like failing and not closing the client, whatever. It's an invaluable skill as far as I'm concerned, but it's one that I'm not particularly great at, and I can't really train it. So I've learned that some people can just do it naturally, and other people, they learn it just by putting them in that fucking position over and over and over again, right? And obviously, once you get clients, you'll need a system for fulfillment. I'm trying not to sell you my link building system here, but it's the way I've been doing link building for like 9 years now, selling link building, and the system is the same. It's the exact same system I've always used. Little edits here and there as new tools become available, new processes, we get new ways of doing things, but those 4, maybe 5 steps are the same, right? I've just systemized the way of doing it. And this is all based on Eric Ward and Garrett French's book. And I just systemized their book, right? Made it into Google Sheets, and everything happened in those sheets. It needs to be reliable, needs to be predictable. And this is very important for me, right? It doesn't need me in the long term. I can find people to do every single aspect of what I'm doing, so I don't have to do it. There are some bits that I like because I just personally like the process of like coming up with content ideas and figuring out angles and shit. So I'm involved in the setting up of each project tracker for clients because I enjoy doing it. But you don't have to be, right? My project manager can do that part. You kind of want to be able to guarantee an outcome. And when I say guarantee, I don't mean like 100% guaranteed this will happen. Like, if I move that, it has moved kind of situation. What I mean is, based on your previous results, can you say that's a likely outcome, right? So we know we can get 10, 15 links for every 200 emails sent, so we guarantee 10. It's not an ironclad guarantee because obviously things can fail and stuff like that, but that's the guarantee that we do. And your SOP is your life, right? My system is my SOP. Without that now, I would be able to replace it because I invented it, but I wouldn't be able to right now I can go and get a complete stranger. I could take any one of you guys, give them my link building system, and you could build links to my level probably within 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. You could hire a team to build links to my level in a month or 2 months, depending on how good you are at hiring and training and how good you can get information across. And it's also important to know that, and I prefer this, people on a salary who work full-time for you, who get a guaranteed salary at the end of every month, can replace tools and time. So I basically have gone through a stage now of, and I'll talk about this, I've got a video planned for this as well, I've got lots of content planned. I'm going to like talk about how all I'm doing from now on is hiring writers and nobody else, because I believe that writers have all the skills required to do every aspect of what I need on, and this is like not even just talking about link building. This is from marketing myself to building affiliate sites to managing clients and stuff like that. So it's all that. Let's speak about tools that like you can cut off now if you only want to know the concepts. These things are all involved within that, right? So these aren't essential, but these are just things that will help you get to those stages. So I'm just thinking with tools, what can save me time and money? Can I teach it to remote staff? I'm always testing new tools. I'm currently testing one called, what the fuck's it called? Gwyn Rank. It's got a penguin on it. That's why it attracted me. Because their logo is like a penguin, right? Stay away from AppSumo, man. It's shit's addictive. Like, Tager and I got this thing called Phrase, right? Which is we'll create a lot of content. So we're like, let's use Phrase to give content outlines. And then fucking, what was it last night? Something else came out last night that does the exact same thing, but better. What are we called? Oh, Market Muse. Market Muse is on sale at the moment for $69, like, for the base package. So it does the same thing as Phrase, but better. So now I have them both. Don't need them. Stay away from AppSumo is the key there. Unless you're buying from my affiliate link. I don't actually have one, but if I had one, please use it. Yeah, so tools, always test new shit and because they can literally cut out entire parts of processes. Stuff like, I was training writers to do on-page SEO, right? So then tools like Cora came out, Page Optimizer Pro, Surfer. So now we just use them. Surfer are really good, actually. It's the one we're using at the moment, and they have really good training. So I just give their training to my staff, and they go, okay, and now they do that. So Surfer has become a training and an SOP. Like, I love it. Okay, client management. This will become, like I was saying earlier about scaling, right? Be careful of doing it too fast, because clients will be a pain in your bollocks, right? Fuck these guys. Some of them are just completely unmanageable, and they will become hugely stressful if you have to like intake a lot of clients at once. I prefer to just do one at a time. I recently tried to do 10, and it was a pain in my ass. I keep office hours, so it's like you can talk to me at this time on this day, and it's Wednesdays between 12 and 4. Just because I don't want them thinking they can just call me and message me and email me at any time. Like, if they email me, obviously I'll get back to their emails when I'm doing emails, because I do it twice a day. But it's like, I try to be like a dick, not really a dick, but just unavailable and hard to manage, because what I don't want is constant questions and constant attention being given to them. If I'm working, I like to stare at my monitor and work with no distractions. I'm not very good at not being distracted at the moment, because I don't know, I have that instant gratification monkey. If you haven't seen, my girlfriend showed me that video last night on TED Talks, instant gratification monkey. It's fucking hilarious, and I was like, yo, that's me. But be a bit of a dick, be unavailable. As little communication as possible with regards to reporting updates. What I'm not trying to do is have a phone call at the end of every month and be like, Here's how your campaign's going. Here's what we did, and this and that. It's all contained in the sheet. They don't need any more information. If they need more information, there'll be a section on the sheet for it. So I make all this very clear up front, right? When it comes to work, don't really want to talk to you. You're buying from us, it's a productized service, and here's the results you'll get. See you later. Pay me every month. But personally, friendly and chatty, right? Because I love having a chat to clients. I like to see that. I actually like to see their projects and what they're doing and the plans and stuff. Because let's not forget, they're all building websites. We're helping them get results for it, but they're building sites, and that's what I'm doing. So I love to see what they're doing, try and learn from them and stuff. See what they can bring, what their business models are and shit like that. So I really love talking to clients and being chatty with them, but I don't really want to talk about reporting and shit like that. You have to be very, very clear about what's delivered and manage their expectations. If you're all like, yeah, we'll do it in 2 weeks, it usually takes this and you'll get 15 links instead of 10, it's a completely pointless conversation because they've already called you to sign up for 10 links in a month. And mine actually says deliverable time is 5 to 6 weeks. So we're not even necessarily, we try and invoice on the 15th of every month, but it's not always the case. Like it can take 5 or 6 weeks. You can't control the place, the people publishing the link, right? They will sometimes like have a publishing time or publishing date and that kind of shit. So I say 5 to 6 weeks. It says that in the build-up. Manage their expectations well, and clients will still stress you out, but it's a way to sort of lower it, kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to go on about this a lot in the coming weeks, so be prepared. I'm going to talk a lot about writers. I have seen, and I'm trying to do at the moment through Taker's process. Taker is actually hiring me a writer at the moment. If you want him to go and get on for you, I think he charges $2,000. I'm not sure, but I want as many of these as possible. If I can hire 30 writers right now, I would take them, but they all have to be of this certain quality, right? You want to get to a point where you're hiring writers as soon as possible, right? They're really good for client work because they can write your guest posts. They're good for documentation. They're good for content marketing. They're good for social content, good for outreach, right? And these guys, in my opinion, at the moment, they're fucking name of the game, right? So I think the skills it takes to be a writer at the level that we're hiring and Taker's helping us hire can do absolutely anything that we need across our entire business, right? So we're talking about Xmas period was a killer for people publishing slowly. Exactly, right? What we want here is people to do lead gen and people to do fulfillment, right? So can writers send cold email? Yes. We're going to ignore that. Can writers do social? Yes. Are they going to help us rank organically? Yes. Probably not referrals, probably not cold calling, but they're going to send emails for us, and that's the key here. I would have a writer doing cold emails for us. And then for fulfillment, they're actually really good at doing research and learning things and then implementing that thing. So I'm happy to hire writers. Probably not for the prospecting because they're too expensive. Like the skill is a higher level than prospecting. So hire a normal prospector for really cheap and then hire a writer to do your outreach because they're really fucking good at it. They're really good at writing and they know what people want to hear and they're good at responding to emails. So I'm hiring writers for everything at the moment. I've currently got 7 writers, a couple of prospectors, a couple of project managers, and 1 outreach guy. So hiring writers for everything moving forward, and hiring staff, like I always want them on a salary now, because what happens is they will do, if you hire a writer and they're really good, you're just getting like an article a day or whatever your terms are, right? We try and get an article a day out of them. I want to pay them a full salary, so if they have extra time, they can learn the other skills, right? So we're hiring writers at the moment, and the way that they end up working is that we pay them between like 400 and 500 a month, right? They work full time for us, and they're writing an article a day. But what I've done is I've taught them how to use Ahrefs using Ahrefs' own content, right? So they know how to do keyword research. They then research and write an article a day and upload it to my and surfer optimize it and then upload it to my WordPress site. So I'm paying $400 to $500 a month for somebody to completely run an affiliate site for me. And their only job is to get content, get traffic, and then when it hits the levels we need, we'll start doing internal linking and monetization methods. But we don't really know what those things are, and we could probably train our writer to do them when the time comes. So I just have 5 of them going at the moment, and the idea is just always have 5 on the go and sell affiliate sites when they hit certain income levels. I like them to be on salary. I like them to be a specialist, so they are a specialist writer. They're not just somebody who can write. Usually they've done some like degree or have some experience doing it, that kind of stuff. Really self-motivated, so I want people who, when they're done with their day's work, they come to me and say, "Oh, Dan, have you got something else?" I don't want, "Oh, I've done my article." I have a writer who, he's probably going to get fired soon, or replaced soon, I should say. Who doesn't come to me. He just does his article a day, uploads it to the site, and then fucks off. And he says that takes him 8 hours. I'm not sure, but I have another one who does the same in about 5 hours, same quality, and then asks me, "What else can you do?" And they're like, they're trying, at the moment we're teaching them outreach. I just gave them my link building system. They're learning outreach. They're learning unique emails from the DCWD group, and it's going to be like so I'm going to have a writer who also does outreach for $415 a month. No, I think I pay her 400. 415 is the guy who's probably going to get fired. I want them to be consistent. What I don't need is people doing day on, day off, day on, day off. So I like them to make sure they're, like we say to them, 30 a month. I don't care if they do like a couple of days on and they do 2 articles and then 1 day off kind of situation. But I want the 30 articles a month. That's the goal, right? And I don't want these fucking, like, we've had a few that are like wheeler dealer types, and they're always like, you can see them working for, trying to get other jobs and like all that kind of shit. I just want, like, if they're happy working for me, we'll give them more training, more money. They can do whatever they want. They can become whatever they want. They're learning a skill here. Like, I say to them all the time, here's the plan. Here's what we're doing. You should probably do it for yourself alongside. So when they're building an affiliate site for me, they should have their own using the exact same skills that they're using for me, right? I want them to be unique for me, so not working for other people, because we've given them sort of like, not trade secrets, because any of you guys can like buy all this information. I don't like hide anything. There's nothing secret going on, but I don't want them distracted. I want them to, their full focus is on my fucking thing, right? And obviously they're full-time workers. So to summarize, you need 3 things. You need a good offer, probably still mine. You need a system for lead gen. I like cold email. Cold calling is probably the best one, but I can't fucking stand it. System for fulfilment. These are all like, obviously I have these things for sale, but they're also for free in here. Like, you can have all 3 of these things in DCWE Lite. It's $25, right? And these 4 things are they're just a little bit more of like my own personal thoughts for things to get those 3 things easier, and aims that you should do. But this is the outline of it, right? Give yourself time and freedom. I want 3 months of consistent effort from people. If you can't do 3 hours a day on this, you're probably not going to make it, to be completely honest with you. If you have the money and the freedom, work for free. Get a really good case study. Show your case studies to people, or 7,000 case studies to 7,000 people. Like, the more case studies you show to a larger number of people, the more fucking clients you'll get. If you need money, makes it all easier. So if you need some money, take like the quick hustle. That's also in DCWD Lite, and you might end up doing your quick hustle for a main business, which essentially we've just done at the moment. And this is going to be a running theme. You're going to see this a lot in a lot of trainings from now on. Learn a skill, learn outreach, get leads, charge them 2K, get 5 clients. Don't ever leave the house again. if you so choose. You might choose to live in a lovely country and go outside all the time. Then hire people to do it for you and fucking scale. But don't scale too fast. That's pretty much it. If I can be bothered tomorrow, I'm going to do my 2021 manifesto. And then after that, I've got, if I lost it all today, here's what I do. If you guys prefer that in a different order, let a brother know. But yeah, that's the order I'm doing it. And I've got 2 others that I haven't got the outlines for them yet. But 2 other videos, and I won't even say them because I probably won't do those ones and end up doing completely different ones. Anyway, that's the show. Some infotainment for y'all motherfuckers. I'm trying to get rid. This streaming software has become a pain in the ass for me. Give my face. Okay. That should be it. If you guys got any questions, let me know. I don't know who's watching. I can't really see the comments. But yeah, if you got any questions, it's been long enough anyway. If you got any questions, leave them below. I'll make you video responses. Going hard on video this year, as you might have gathered. You'll see that in the manifesto either tomorrow or the day after, depending on what you guys want. Cool. Catch you all motherfuckers later. Peace.